Hello, Mr. Hausler here again. This is in preparation for Chapter 9 test. It's going to be a retake opportunity. This is EO 14, Factoring Quadratics. So we'll get a chance to retake on just this EO during this chapter test. So, factor the following expression completely. So that means that when I factor this out, I'm no longer going to have any common factors. It's completely factored out. Okay, so 36x cubed minus 102x squared plus 72x. First thing I noticed when I read that was there was an x involved with each one of them. So that's one factor I can pull out. Now if I look at these numbers, 36, 102, 72, 36 and the 72, I'm realizing that they have something in common. Okay, they're all divisible by 6. Okay, so let's go ahead and divide these guys out. Meaning I'm going to undo the distributive property. 6x is going to get divided out of each one of these. So if I divide that out of that, that would be 6x squared if I divided it here. If I divide it out of that, what is 102 divided by 6? It's a 17. 102 divided by 6 is 17. So that'd be negative 17x, bring down the plus sign, and 6 goes in there, 72, 12 times. So now I got that going on. That's just my first step, is to pull out the GCF. Greatest common factor, if there is one, make sure you take care of that. The next thing I'm going to have to do now is factor. Factor this part right here only. The 6 will continue to exist, but I'm going to try to factor this guy out and break it down a little bit more. So I'm going to do that with Xbox method. So there's my X, A times C, and B goes on the bottom. So in this case, A times C is this positive 72. My B is a negative 17. So I'm trying to figure out what two things, when I multiply them together, get me 72, but when I add them together, they give me a negative 17. So, seeing this negative number, so I'm thinking the two numbers are negative, multiply them together, I get this, which is positive. That'll work. So it's actually going to be negative 9, negative 8, because that does give me a positive 72, but when I add it, it gets me a negative 17. So now I'll go to the generic rectangle, focusing here, there. I'm going to use this negative 9, this negative 8 now, negative 9x, negative 8x, and that should be, I should be able to find my dimensions here. So the greatest common factor here, 3 goes into both of those numbers, x goes into both of those numbers, 3x. Coming down here, a 4 can go into both of those numbers. Okay? So if I want to get 6x squared, that would be 2x here. 2x times 3x gives me 6x squared. To get a negative 9x here, I need a negative 3. And now I'm just going to check and make sure everything else works. Negative 3 and positive 4, 12, doesn't work. If I turn that negative though, it does work. Now 2 times negative 4, negative 8. So all the signs are correct, everything's good. So I have this going on. So I'm going to put those guys up here. 2x minus 3 and 3x minus 4. Completely factored out. So I'm looking here, any common factors going on there. Like if that was 2 and 4, I'd still be able to pull out a 2, but it's not. 2 and 3, no common factors. 3 and 4, no common factors. So this is actually the final answer. You do hold on to this 6 here. That is the complete factor of this expression. These are all equivalent forms, but that's the complete factored form.